So we're going to broach something that I think for any pet owner is quite a difficult thing, and this might surprise a lot of you. I've found it out in the past, but I think many have been surprised to find out that pets, our cats and dogs, can often suffer from exactly the same afflictions in very similar ways to us humans, like diabetes.
That's correct. And my very own little cat, Sailor, was recently diagnosed with it. I was completely shocked when I heard that cats can get diabetes. And we are making sure he's getting the best possible care. And with the right care and nutrition, they can live a healthy and long life. Did you know that according to statistics, it's estimated that 1 in 100 dogs and 1 in 50 cats develop diabetes? I didn't even know pets could get diabetes, and my little guy here, Sailor, was recently diagnosed with it. Sailor went missing for a few days and I completely freaked out. And after a day or two when no one got back to me, I was like, no, something is wrong. He's definitely missing. So I've popped up a few posters just saying to people, hey, if you see the cat, he's wearing a bow tie. And someone did respond to the poster. When Sailor returned home, he wasn't himself. He had lost a lot of weight. He wasn't playful. When I took him to the vet, they told me that Sailor has not only a bladder infection, but he's also diabetic. I'm not gonna lie, I was very overwhelmed. I had no idea that pets could get diabetes. Fortunately for me, my local vet, they are absolutely incredible. Dr. Jenny, she's dealt with this before, and it really gave me peace of mind knowing that my little Sailor is going to get the right and the best possible treatment, and we will get through this.
So diabetes is an absolute or a relative lack of insulin, which causes an increase in blood glucose levels. And it affects pets in a very similar way that it affects people. Cats tend to get a diabetes that's very similar to type 2 diabetes, where you get insulin resistance. Dogs tend to get something that's more similar to type 1 diabetes, where there's an immune-mediated process that damages the pancreas, so it stops the insulin being produced. So the most common things that we see with pets that get diabetes is that they start to eat more than normal, they get very, very thirsty, and they lose a lot of weight, like we saw with Sailor.
Sailor's diagnosis definitely changed our lifestyle quite a bit. He used to enjoy treats from the neighbors and having food 24/7. We now have to be very specific.
Diet plays a really important role in control and management of these cases. We normally like to have them on a very low carbohydrate diet, like Hill's MD.
So he gets half a tin in the morning, some kibble throughout the day, and half a tin in the evening. It's something we just have to monitor closely, and we take it one step at a time.
Some cats will go into remission if they're fed the right food. So if we keep him on the Hill's MD, there's a chance that he might go into remission and not need the insulin shots, but he will need to have the MD for the rest of his life.
It's estimated that 2% of the feline population globally is affected by this condition, which makes awareness so important.
So there are lots of different things that can cause diabetes in pets, and often we don't get to the bottom of it. It's more common in overweight male cats, and sometimes it happens secondary to another disease process. So to treat diabetes, we normally start pets on injections of insulin, normally twice a day. Sailor's glucose levels are 19.6 today. We'd like Sailor's glucose levels to be at less than 15 at this time of day, and preferably at around 11 or 12. Sailor was on 1 unit of insulin twice a day, but his blood glucose levels are quite high today. So I'd like to increase his insulin levels to 2 units twice a day, and then we'll have another look at him again next week and see how he's doing.
It's important for me to monitor his insulin levels because an overdose of insulin can be lethal for any animal.
Stopping our pets from eating anything can be very difficult. Most cats like to go visit the neighbours for a little snack in the middle of the day, so it's really important that you go and visit your neighbours and just tell them that you've got a sick cat that has a special diet that needs to be kept on that food only. So the most important thing to prevent your animals from getting diabetes is stop them getting overweight. Try and encourage them to exercise, play with them, and make sure that you keep them on an appropriate diet so that they don't get too heavy.
Sailor's been on his treatment for a few days, and I've already noticed such a big improvement in his behavior. The most important thing to remember when dealing with a pet with diabetes is it's manageable. With the right care and nutrition, they can live a long and healthy life.
Science is at the heart of biology-based nutrition. The secret to lifelong health? It all starts with science.